I'm Natasha, Lona, Edmund.
Hi, my name is Audrey Adelaide.
Hi, my name is Farah Hanim.
Hello everyone, my name is Ellesya Leonard Lee.
Hello everyone, my name is Amelcie Yuen.
Any company hoping for the rate of change to slow down in today's fast-paced world is going to be very dissatisfied. Every day the world is changing along with its population, its customer preferences, its technological capabilities, and its economic structure. Businesses or companies that resist change risk being out of touch and incapable to compete in the present economic climate. Any company must undergo change in order to maintain its competitive advantage and adapt to the ever-changing needs of its customers. Customers' requirements alter and expand as the world changes, producing a fresh demand for new kinds of goods and services. The chance for businesses or companies to satisfy such requirements is expanded as a result. Other than that, both positive and negative effects of the economy on businesses can be unpleasant. In addition, strong economic growth and rising consumer demand will force businesses to think about expanding, which may include hiring more people and building more facilities.
Moving on to the background of Coca-Cola, the most renowned soft drink in the world, Coca-Cola, was invented by Dr. John Pemberton on the 8th of May 1886. He was a local pharmacist who originally made the syrup for Coca-Cola and transported a jug of it to Jacob's Pharmacy. It was later then sold at the pharmacy and managed to acquire sales of 5 times per day. As a fun fact, the price of Coca-Cola was 5 cents from 1886 to 1959. The drink was initially advertised to cure the feelings of headaches and to be placed on sale primarily in drugstores as a medicinal beverage. Frank M. Robinson, who was Dr. Pemberton's associate and bookkeeper, created the phrase Coca-Cola because he thought that the 2 C's would look good in advertisements. The term Coca-Cola was simple to come up with because the syrup's formula required for both coca leaf extract and caffeine deriving from the cola nut. To let folks understand that the soft drink was for soda fountain refreshments, oilcloths bearing the word Coca-Cola were painted and displayed on store awnings. Alas, Dr. Pemberton never truly realized how successful his business was, as prior to his death in 1888, he sold parts of it to a number of partners, and then finally a remarkable businessman named Asahi Chandler bought the company completely. It is currently owned by the Coca-Cola Company, which provides a variety of beverage ranging from alcohols to sparkling waters.
The Coca-Cola Company had announced strategic steps to reorganize and better enable the Coca-Cola system to pursue its beverages for life strategy, with a portfolio of drinks that are positioned to capture growth in a fast-changing marketplace. The company is building a networked global organization combining the power of scale with deep knowledge required to win locally. The company will create new operating units focused on regional and local execution that will work closely with 5 marketing category leadership teams that span the globe to rapidly scale ideas. The organization will consolidate its 17 business sections and groups into 9 highly interconnected business units with a more standardized organizational structure with an emphasis on removing resource overlap and rapidly expanding their new products. Furthermore, Coca-Cola announced that it will be strengthening and enhancing its expertise in 5 major categories within its range with the best consumer prospects in order to fuel future development and sustain the company's new operational units. Coca-Cola branded products, effervescent flavors, hydration, and developing categories are among those 5 main categories. Coca-Cola has established a new entity named Platform Services that features information management, customer analytics, as well as online business operations to serve the new operational units and category emphasis areas. The organization structural reforms will cause certain people and the resources to be redistributed, including voluntary as well as involuntary workforce reductions. To give employees the option of accepting a separation payout if qualified, the organization will establish a voluntary resignation program. About 4,000 employees in the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico, who were most recently employed on or before September 1st, 2017 would receive the program's improved benefits first. A comparable program will be made available in a few other countries. Coca-Cola's new global severance program is expected to incur expenses ranging from $350 million to $550 million and reduce the number of involuntary separations from the company. The company said it is working on its next stage of design and will share more information in the future.
Next, Coca-Cola Company has always been determined to initiate new changes by upgrading the use of technology in the product as well as in the management itself. The company focuses is more on getting to know its customer well, where they have to embrace the growth of e-commerce and rethink how Coke beverages are delivered and sold. Other than just sticking to the traditional ways of selling the products, which are to sell them only on the offline store, they have initiated a few ways and changes where they started to market their products via an online platform. This is to enable the consumer to get the products anywhere and anytime that they want. And to support this effort, Coca-Cola Company also decided to widen its business partner to deliver the products to the customer in the fastest way possible. For instance, they partner with GoPath, which is one of the famous delivery companies that offer on-demand convenience store delivery startup catering to college campuses. This will ensure that the main target customer, especially among the students, will receive their beverages at their doorstep within just a few minutes. As the technology is developing rapidly from time to time, all companies will start to compete with each other to introduce new technology and innovations to attract customers to acknowledge their services and products. However, it is important for a company to firstly aware that it is not that easy to introduce new technology products to the market. And this means that people are not going to simply try new things and risk their time for something that they might not be able to adapt to. And therefore, Coca-Cola has decided to take the risk and initiate changes in their company to bring some changes and improvements in the product, which is to introduce the sip and scan barcode. This new feature of Coca-Cola allows consumers to unlock experiences and prices by scanning the barcode or icon on any of the Coke packages using their mobile phones. By that, consumer can find all the details of the announcement or competition by scanning it and asking for any inquiries from the website itself. This will ease the process of delivering information to all consumers and save more marketing costs. However, they also have to educate people regarding this new feature so that they will fully utilize this feature for their own reference. Other than that, Coca-Cola Company have also created its own website in order to ease the process of order and delivery of the products to the customer. This website is created and designed especially for Coca-Cola consumers to ensure that they can get their desired product quickly with a click. The Coca-Cola website has the latest update on what will be offered by the company. This includes the latest feature of Coca-Cola, which is to allow a consumer to personalize Coca-Cola bottle or can. And it can be done in a few simple steps, which is firstly, the consumer may pick the choice of Coca-Cola product, which they can choose either it's Coke Classic, Diet Coke, or Coke Zero. And the second step is to pick a special theme such as birthday celebration, graduation caps, or a note to Pride Month with the rainbow label. And lastly is to type a name or phrase that the consumer would like to write to that bottle. With just $6 per bottle, the items can be shipped straight to the consumer's address.
In terms of its product, Coca-Cola applied several changes to maintain itself in the global market, especially facing its biggest rival, Pepsi. But in 1985, a campaign called the Pepsi Challenge was one of the motivators to reformulate the taste of its product. This challenge relied on presenting 2 cups of Pepsi and Coca-Cola in transparent cups without prior knowledge of any brand's subscribers. And surprisingly, most of the participants chose Pepsi for their sweeter taste, which led to the introduction of a new and sweeter drink called New Coke to suit their consumers' desire. Coca-Cola even applied one of the major types of changes, which is called diversification strategy. by diversifying its product through adding the taste of coffee to many of its products. They even expand their product to not only beverages but also snacks in many East Asia and American countries, which evidently in 2019, Coca-Cola Company's beverages in Asia Pacific area increased by approximately 10%. Concerning Latin America, tea and coffee sales size increased by 6%. This has made up the business confidence, and even nowadays, Coca-Cola is an essential throughout 200 nations. Now, Coca-Cola has made its priority to listen to its customers and ensure they are up to date with the local world. For instance, when their customers started to find alternative of lower sugar and sodium level products, Coca-Cola took its chance by introducing a number of new calorie drinks such as Coco Zero and 7 Diet. On 23rd April 1985, Coca-Cola changed their formula and introduced it as New Coke, which is a smoother and sweeter version of their classic Coke. And its market research and pollster was so sure it will be a hit after conducting the Pepsi Challenge campaign on its subscribers. But it all went downhill as the product failed to find a market, and even raised protest groups by the old cola drinkers of America, headed by Gay Mullins, through petitions and the usage of media to revert back to its old formula. In addition, Coca-Cola had to hire extra operators to deal with 8,000 angry calls from their consumers. Even former Pepsi Corporation CEO Roger Enrico replied to this event by saying, "These two products, Pepsi and Coke, have been going at it eyeball to eyeball. And in my view, the other guy just blinked." What the research failed to distinguish was the bond of consumers had with the old Coca-Cola. And on 11th July 1985 marks the 77 days of New Coke, which was then ended due to its customers' demand. But looking at the bright side, this disaster may perhaps have been a blessing in disguise, as Coca-Cola learned a valuable lesson from it, one that is still using today. Instead, this shows that Coca-Cola has the courage of taking intelligent risk and implementing changes to remain competitive in the market, even when it does not work as expected to.
There are several difficulties and barriers that Coca-Cola must overcome when dealing with the issues of change within their organization. And one of them takes the form of internal process modifications, notably the staff resistance. And this frequently happens when the notion of change is proposed and some managers object to it because they believe it would weaken their authority and give a significant responsibility to their subordinates. In essence, the development of the two new products, which are Coca-Cola Zero and Diet Coke, poses a threat to supremacy and will undoubtedly result in the augmentation of the influence of some groups and departments inside the business. The manager will then start to worry about losing their organizational authority as a result. And when people work together, there will always be a certain opinion leaders who, if they disagree with the decision affecting change, may persuade the group as a whole to resist it. And this falls under the category of resistance to change, more particularly the active signs of resistance, which if we want to relate it with the terms of managing change concept. The staff will actively oppose the change by being more critical and constantly finding fault with the new adjustments that have been made. And at times, they will also appear to be more criticizing and accusing to the new changes made and will ruin the businesses. For instance, the cases of two former Coca-Cola workers who conspired to steal and sell trade secrets to rival Pepsi were given sentences of the federal jail. And this clearly shows how far they would go just because they disagree and dissatisfied with the organizational change.
Moving Moving on towards the suggestion. The first suggestion to overcome the challenges faced by Coca-Cola in change management would be to ensure market research is conducted appropriately. The research that they have done earlier, which includes a taste test of 200,000 participants before introducing the new Coke, was initially considered as a success by managers, but it was actually quite the opposite. It is because the market research came to the mistaken premise that the flavor of the product was the main cause of the sales declining. Therefore, before making any modifications such as introducing a new product or flavoring, Coca-Cola should have conducted a more thorough and effective marketing research. This can be done through focus groups approaches, giving the brand a rapid and accurate way to learn what customers think of their brand and product. The second suggestion would be to encourage employee participation in change programs. Involving employees' participation in the change process is another approach in resolving the issue of difficulties in internal change management. Despite the company's willingness to promote change, executing changes can be difficult because of concerns about backlash and failures like the new Coke blunder. It had sparked a public outcry demanding the return of the original Coca-Cola flavor when the business modified the recipe for the first time in 99 years, sweetening it to the chagrin of devoted customers. Thus, by encouraging staff members to participate in change management initiatives, Coca-Cola Corporation will be able to lower employee resistance to change. Thus, by encouraging staff members to participate in change management initiatives, Coca-Cola Corporation will be able to lower employee resistance to change. It would be possible for staff members to properly educate themselves on the advantages and significance of innovation within the firm by promoting their participation in change management programs such as the motivation programs.
Ultimately, the Coca-Cola Company had undergone a significant organizational change, as due to managerial challenges, they couldn't implement the expansion strategy, causing their market share to decrease. Because even their workers, clients, bottle suppliers, and even the vendors weren't on board with the changes within the organization, in which we can see here that not everyone in the organization can adapt easily in managing changes. And in addressing this issue, the Coca-Cola Company had proven themselves in adjusting rapidly and effectively to changing trends and consumer preferences, making change management part of its entire strategic goal. The company also realized that they needed to rebuild the businesses, especially in terms of the internal problems with their staff. So they focused on maintaining change in the organization and reorientated themselves to growth and sustainability by fostering a culture shift, which is through the use of a visual and human-centered organizational change approach. Coca-Cola was able to transform a loosely connected group of executives and workers into a single coherent worldwide team that was united by a distinct vision for a long-term success, which this just shows us how Coca-Cola became a real case study of what is possible when visionary leaderships meet visual storytelling.